verses that I want to read to you out of the book of Isaiah, the 52nd chapter, just 2 verses. We're going to pick up where we left off and kind of wrap it all together and take flight. Isaiah, the 52nd chapter, the first 2 verses, and it reads, "Awake, awake, Zion. Clothe yourself with strength. Put on your garments of splendor, Jerusalem, the holy city. The uncircumcised and defiled will not enter you again. Shake off your dust. Rise up. Sit enthroned, O Jerusalem. Free yourself from the chains on your neck. Daughter Zion, now captive." That is the word of the Lord. You may be seated. Oh my gosh, we have had an absolutely wonderful time. And as I get out of here today, this is what I want to leave you with. And if I had to give a thought, the theme is so awesome, but when I thought about this as going to the next level living, I said to myself, God, I'm coming out of this, even if I got to shake myself. I'm coming out of this, even if I got to shake myself loose. We have been dealing with this whole idea of going to the next level. And last night we looked at the problem. We looked at the problem and the solution found in your text for your theme out of Deuteronomy in chapter 1. Those verses there, 6, 7, and then we also included verse number 8. It gave us the problem, then it gave us the solution. And then last night we looked at 2 Kings in chapter 4. God showed us a picture of what it looks like when you get so desperate, you're willing to do whatever it takes to come out of this thing. And so that was the picture last night. And so this afternoon, what I want to do in my time given is I want to show you how to do it. Out of this text that we're looking at this afternoon in Isaiah, the 52nd chapter, verses 1 through 2. Let me just quickly, and most of you guys know this already, but in this, just a little history of what's going on. You know that this is Isaiah speaking to God's people, and he has been speaking to them, and they have been in great depression and struggle, and they have been held captive. They have been oppressed by the nations around them. They have been in a situation where they desperately need to go to the next level. There is no doubt about it. They had been enslaved by Egypt. You know the history of the story of the people of Israel. They had been enslaved by the Egyptians. The Assyrians had oppressed them. I'm just trying to set this up so you can understand that there is a great need to go to the next level. So they had been enslaved by the Egyptians. They had been oppressed by the Assyrians. And then the Babylonians had held them captive. But Isaiah is here to remind them that all of this is coming to an end. God has an end date. There is an expiration date on your trials, your struggles, your situation. There is an expiration date. They will not last always. And God has an Isaiah that will come through your town, come through your neighborhood, come to your church, come to your home, and tell you, you've been in it, but this thing is coming to an end. And so for me, my expiration date is today, October 25th, 2024. My time has expired, and now I'm going to the next level. But even in these things that have kept Israel enslaved, and even in the things that have kept us from going to the next level, I'm always amazed that God has a purpose in it. Whether we're in the thing because of our own doing, because you know the children of Israel was there not because of something God did or did not do. It was because of the choices that they made. But what I like about God is he doesn't hold it against us. Oh my God. And even though we're there in our own doing, God has a way of taking all things and working them together for our good and his glory. And so in Isaiah, that same chapter, in verse number 6, reading from the Easy Reading translation, this is what it says. It says, now talking about all of their enslavement, all of their being in captive, listen at what he says. He said, this happened so that my people will learn about me. My people will know who I am. My people will know my name. They will know that I am he is speaking. able to bring you to another level. So that I told somebody last night at the table when we were signing the book, I said to somebody, God doesn't waste anything. Everything that you go through, there is a purpose in it. That is the whole process of my book. I'm dealing with, yes, there was some hurt. Yes, there was some pain. Yes, there was some being misunderstood. But God is faithful. He says, Gail, I'm going to take all of that and I'm going to work it together for your good. So don't discount your time on this level, because God is going to use every tear. He's going to use every heartache. He's going to use every struggle. We had some domestic violence survivors stand last night. God is going to use your testimony to be a blessing to somebody else. So you can tell them, I went through that, but I came out of that thing. God showed up in my life one day and he said, enough is enough. Not one more day will you go through this kind of situation. And so God has an expiration date. So even if you're in it because of something that perhaps you may have caused, or if you're there because God wants to teach you something, it doesn't matter the reason that you're there. Because the solution to the problem is still the same. Oh my God.